You know, I hate making these types of update videos where you're not really even saying anything or talking about anything and it's just boring. And this is another one of those videos, unfortunately. But, you know, there are some changes going on in my life, really small changes, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them so that, you know, like I said at the beginning of the year, there's going to be fewer and fewer videos from me on this channel this year, and I just want to kind of elaborate on that a little bit more, explain a little bit more, because we've kind of reached the point where it's a fork in the road, where it's kind of, things are changing, and I'll tell you what's happening, and then I'll explain why it's happening, you know, what the driving forces and motivating factors are. This year I'm gonna buy a motorcycle again. I haven't had a motorcycle for a few years, and I'm gonna start making some type of motorcycle content on my old channel, which has been sitting dormant for a while. I haven't been putting anything on there, and so my time is going to get diversified into motorcycle channel and this one, travel channel. So it's going to mean probably less content for this channel, but it'll still happen. And you know, a little bit of sporadic content on the old channel, the motorcycle channel. I say old channel, but it's going to become like a new motorcycle channel, and this channel. So in terms of content, this channel is going to remain pretty much the same as what it always has been, which is, you know, travel videos, overseas trips, a few tech reviews, and useful information for tourists and travelers, that type of stuff. The content for this channel is going to stay the same. It's not going to change, but it is going to decrease. And the motorcycle content for the new channel, the old channel, the other channel, it's probably just going to be talk stuff. It's probably going to be like a talk show on two wheels, you know, talking about, you know, hot topics or current events, or I don't know what it will be, to be honest. It could be movie reviews. Who knows what it is? It's not going to be actually motorcycle specific stuff. Like, you know, I'm not that much into motorcycles that I'm going to talk about, you know, types of motorcycles and the difference between motorcycles and how to do an oil change, and, you know, it's not going to be a technical aspects of motorcycling. It's just going to be kind of a talk channel that happens to take place on a motorbike. So I'll explain the motivating factor behind this. For 12 years, from 2003 through to 2015, I played paintball, and that was it was my hobby. That was kind of my passion, my love for a while. It had a social aspect to it. It was a lot of fun, and unfortunately the technology really wrecked paintball. It made it into an unplayable sport for me. I got out of paintball, and I have been searching for really 4 years now for something to replace it, and YouTube has kind of done that. But the downside to YouTube and making YouTube videos is there isn't that social aspect to it. Now, what's kind of developed over the past couple of years is the job that I'm in now. I've been in it for about 3 years, and because I work in the city centre, it kind of is desirable to ride a motorcycle to work for convenience and for parking purposes. I do take the bus quite often, but sometimes if it's very early in the morning, there's no bus, and I have to drive and then park and a long way away from work and that type of thing. And then sometimes I get a little bit held up and I can't get out the door on time at work, and then I miss the bus and I have to wait a long time for the next one. So I have these types of issues, so getting a motorcycle for commuting purposes will be quite helpful. But also I have a group of friends who are colleagues, and a lot of them have their own motorcycles, and they're going on group rides now. And so that's a social thing. That's something that I can be a part of, and it's something that I want to be a part of, because, you know, my wife and I, we don't have children. We don't have anyone else that lives in this house unless we have visitors, you know, staying with us. My family, they mainly live in Nelson, and you know, that's a 5-hour drive away from here, so I don't get to see them all that often. So, you know, it's quite important for my mental health to do something that's social. I need it. And I've also given some thought to, you know, this travel channel, and part of the reason I changed the name of the channel is because so much of my content was not even in Asia. It's here in New Zealand. So if I'm going to end up retreading the same ground, you know, I don't want to tell the same stories over and over and over. You know, I don't want to do like yet another road trip out to Hanmer Springs or Cave Stream or Tekapo or something and retell the same stories the same ways. And then what could happen is I could kind of incorporate that local travel aspect into the motorcycle channel. So that's what's going to happen. I've got my heart set on a Suzuki Boulevard M50. Now, just for a little historical thing here, I used to own, this is my history of motorbikes, I started on a Suzuki FA50, little 50cc scooter, and I used that in 1997. I used that for about a year for commuting, for inner city commuting. I was about 20 or 30 kilograms lighter as well, way back then. Then I got a GN125, Suzuki GN125, and I used that for another couple of years, I'd say. And yeah, it was a good wee bike. Bit of a small seat, but a bit uncomfortable. I sat on one the other day. I didn't find it very comfortable. Can't believe that I rode one for you know, that amount of time. And then for about longer than that, for probably about 5-6 years, from roughly 2000 through to about 2006, roughly, I had a Honda CX400 Custom, 1987 model. That was a lovely bike, very comfortable, plenty of power, but not too much power. Quite a good bike. So the bike that I want to get in the future is Suzuki Boulevard M50, preferably in red or blue. I don't want a silver one or a black one. That's the bike that I want. Again, lots of power, but not too much power, and most importantly, easy to ride, comfortable. I actually had a sit on one recently at a local dealership. I don't have enough money for it right now. You know, it's going to cost me anywhere from $6,000 to $9,000 to buy one of these. Right now in the bank I have just over $3,000, and I'm saving, and I'm going to be saving for probably the next few months. And I'm not going to be I will not buy a bike on finance. It'll be cash sale only. I'm not going to do the finance thing again. I hate that, can't stand it. Yeah, I am planning for motorcycling with friends to become a part of my life again. You know, I haven't had a reason to get into motorcycling in the past few years, but now I do. You know, the chips have fallen in a way, as they do in life. The chips have fallen in a way that motorcycling makes sense once again. So yeah, that's the bike I want. I'm saving up for one. I will leave you with some beautiful pictures and images of the Suzuki Boulevard M50. It's what I want. I've got my heart set on it. It may take several months before I can get one, but it's coming eventually. And what's a good piece of music to use? The theme song from The Punisher. Yeah, The Punisher. I love that show.